are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. We are. We are the ones. We are. We are. I've been feeling like I can't make a difference. I've been feeling like there ain't no use. Feeling tired and a little unconscious, coming up with every kind of excuse, till I realized it's not all up to me. When we join together, we shape our destiny to see a world where we are living as one. It can be, it shall be, it will be done. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. Yes, we are the ones. We are. No one else gonna make the changes. No savior gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but wake up, 'cause it's really up to you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine. Then we will see the world that we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there is no doubt.
Welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, and this is our virtual celebration coming to you alive from the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. We are so glad you're joining us today. It's wonderful to know that love and wisdom just reach out and bring in people from all over the world who wish to be together. Isn't that wonderful? We are one mind, one heart, and we come together in this wonderful sense of welcoming and inclusion, because wherever you are in the world, and wherever you may be on your spiritual journey, you are so welcome here with us in our beloved spiritual community. And we are people who laugh together, love together, cry together, pray together, and learn together, and learn from each other as well. We teach a principle that is universal, that God is everywhere and available to all of us at all times, because there's only one life, and from that life, all comes forth. You and I came forth from the very heart and mind of God. And so we're here to remember that, and to remind each other as we use our spiritual tools for all kinds of personal challenges, and to change and make the world a better place as well. This is a wonderful teaching, and it's a beautiful community. And thank you so much for being with us today. We have some good things in store for you. Now, we're part of a larger community worldwide, the Centers for Spiritual Living, and we have centers all around the world. This was begun nearly 100 years ago by our founder, Ernest Holmes, and he said that he didn't really create anything. He just took the best from great theologians and philosophers and scientists, and found a way to synthesize these great universal principles and make them accessible and available for us to use. And the greatest tool that he taught us is affirmative prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment. And so we love to use this with one another, with people who come to us. We have ministers and practitioners who work with people to help to clear out whatever needs to be cleared out, and to bring a greater sense of truth into our deepening consciousness of faith. And in our Centers for Spiritual Living, we have mission statement, vision statement, and one very important thing that we're all aware of that we get to do and participate in this world goes like this: awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Spiritual magnificence. It's time that we awakened, and that humanity awakened to just how magnificent we truly are, because we are all born of the one life. We are sustained and inspired and loved, nurtured and guided by the presence, and we have an infinite law of mind that we use to co-create our world. It's really wonderful. We also, in our Centers for Spiritual Living, have a definite goal, and that is we are here to co-create a world that works for everyone, or to expand that, a world that works for all the plants, all the animals, the world itself, the universe itself. And it may sound like a big job, but considering that we are only setting the intention and utilizing these beautiful divine resources and not doing it by our own hand, stay tuned for that, we recognize that it is all possible, and it's up to us. Just as we heard Karen Drucker singing earlier, we are the ones we've been waiting for. And here in our spiritual community, we have a purpose statement, and I'd invite you to say it with me if you'd like to. Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And so it is. Now, we have each Sunday one of the Declaration of Principles that Ernest Holmes wrote almost 100 years ago. He called it What We Believe. And Reverend Mike, would you like to come on up here, because I would like to. Would you like to read this? It's the first declaration in that list of declarations. Here you are.
We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great to realize that this is this is the go-to when we are co-creating, when we are setting our conscious intention to invite the presence to fill us and instruct the law. then we're starting at the very beginning where the all power is, right? What would you say
Absolutely.
about that?
I would say all is in God and God is all there is, and that's what it's telling us.
Yes, because we do know that this living Spirit Almighty is infinite, it is all powerful, omnipotent is that word, omniscient, omnipresent, and omniactive. You know, it's all powerful, it's everywhere present, it's all knowing, and it's always at work, and it's always at work within us. And I love that first statement.
It's a good statement.
It's a good statement.
It's a great statement.
All right, and so it is. Now let's have an opening song by Eddie Watkins Jr., and you're welcome to sing along if you'd like, because he'll instruct you as to how to do that. Eddie Watkins Jr., We Come Together.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Say, God loves me and I love you too.
God loves me and I love you too.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love, every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God and each other. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love.
Now I'd like to say hi to the kids out there. You're mostly teens these days. And wow, next weekend you're going to be in camp, aren't you? That is so exciting. Oh my goodness, that is the most wonderful thing. You're going all the way to Oregon, and it's going to be so wonderful to go again. This is not your first time. You know, you kids were much smaller when we first came here, and you keep growing, and that's wonderful, actually. That's the way it's been designed for you to do that. And I have seen you just, you're so capable. You're shining. You're so bright. And I've seen and heard you do the most amazing things. Some of you are musicians. Some of you play several instruments. Some of you dance. Some of you create in so many different ways. And you're all just brilliant. Why? How come you got so smart? Well, it's basically because you and I are all made out of the one precious presence, which is divine. You're all made out of the one life, which is God's life. And that's infinitely intelligent and loving and wise, wonderful, powerful and peaceful. All of those things all dwell within you, which is how you get to be so great. Think about one of the most wonderful successes you've had. Maybe it was playing an instrument. Maybe it was acing a test at school. Maybe it was playing a really great game of soccer or whatever you're into. Just think for a moment about some wonderful opportunity where you just shone, you aced it, okay? How good did that feel? Now, thinking back, because you keep doing these wonderful things all the time, it was not a one and done. You're always doing marvelous things. But think back to that one that you just came up with and realize you could not possibly have done that all by your human self, because you're more than that. You and I are the divine in expression as humans. And so everything you and I choose to do, and that's really all that we do here in the world, isn't it, is to choose. We make our choices, and the infinite law of God says yes, brings it about for us. So it's wonderful to realize that, as Jesus taught us, I of myself do nothing. It is the Father within, the power within, that does it all through each of us. And then we give thanks. We give thanks that that presence and that power is always there. We give thanks that we have been bright enough to open our hearts and minds to let it flow through us so that we can keep doing these marvelous things. We are co-creating with the divine all the time. Now, we have 4th of July coming up. It's the 249th anniversary of the birth of our country. Wow, next year is going to be 250. Woo, the celebrations we're going to have then. But let's not wait till then. Let's keep celebrating now. And also, we all have some work to do in our consciousness for this beloved country. This, this beautiful new experiment, which is only 249 years old. We have our work to do. And believe me, kids, if we as the parents, the grandparents, and so forth, have maybe made some mistakes along the way, we're not leaving you a mess. If there's something that needs to be healed or transformed or lifted up and made better, we're going to all do it together. You have learned in Fun Day School, and you continue to learn in this wonderful teaching, that our minds and hearts are the power that allows the divine to express through us and do wonderful things. So as we celebrate the 4th of July this coming Thursday, let's also realize that as we put our greatest intentions for our beautiful country into mind, that is really empowering. Now, I know you're not yet old enough to vote, but it's not going to be long. One of you's going to be 16 this week. That's not far away at all from voting age, So make sure we all vote our conscience. We all vote for the highest principles possible for our beloved country and all the people who are working together to make it a beautiful place to be. Happy 4th of July on the 4th of July, which happens to be this Thursday. And make sure you bring your flags. Talk to you soon. Bye. Have a fun Sunday. Now I would like to have Payson Burt, who's a vice president of our board, share a few announcements with you. He's also the captain of the audiovisual today. So, Captain Burt, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. As Dr. Maxine said, I'm Payson Burt, and I'm Vice President of the Board of Trustees. I'm very happy to be there. I'd like to welcome everyone here. And Dr. Maxine, if you could make sure your mic is turned off. Thank you. Welcome everyone who's joined us today. It's so exciting to have so many people who are not just watching live streaming now, but who check us out over the term of the week. And welcome everybody whenever you see us. Our next in-person Sunday celebration will be right here at the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli on Sunday, July 7th and July 21st. If you're looking at your calendar, it's every other weekend. The first thing, teen fundraiser for CSL July Teen Camp. Lilia, my daughter, is going, and so is Mila, and so is Nettie. So we have 3 people going, and Monet Farrington is going to be going as an advisor. So we have 4 people representing us in Oregon this week, coming up for the teen camp for a week. And they're going to be going to CSL Camp Cedar Ridge in Oregon from July 6th to the 12th. We'll be having a number of fundraising opportunities through raffle tickets, selling items, and more. We have a 50-50 raffle ticket. They're available for purchase from the teens personally, or you can purchase them online by clicking on the link in our pop-up screen on the home page. And that looks like, well, I should have done this first. There we go. And that looks like that. So that's our pop-up screen, and it'll have all the recent stuff there at the pop-up box. That's an older one, but you'll find it there. We will hold the 50 drawing live soon. Right now it's in flux when we're going to do it, but we will do it soon. All right. The next thing, Reverend Mike is going to talk about his Saturday morning class. And take it away, Reverend Mike.
Hey, everybody. If you haven't read the Science of Mind textbook before, or if you've tried to read it and you got stuck, I want you to join us on Saturday mornings, beginning at 9:45 in the morning, for a wonderful, in-depth, deep dive into the Science of Mind textbook. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, this is a life-changing experience. And then one of the nice things about it is, besides finding out more about the science of mind, is connecting with some like-minded people, making friends. So we invite you to join us. All you need to do is go to the website and sign up, register. There are no prerequisites. I don't care if you've been to class a million times or have never been before. Sign up, and we'll look forward to having you. And now let's back to Payson for a little message on Nibbles and New Thought.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Mike. So Nibbles and New Thought. As many of you know, we continue to hold our Nibbles and New Thought discussion gathering the first Mondays of each month. Our next Nibbles and New Thought will be held Monday, July 1st at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Brick and Brew Restaurant on King Street in Malvern. The Paoli Presbyterian Church, I guess they're Christian, so Presbyterian, is holding a special concert on Sunday, July 7th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. To see the details and purchase tickets, just go to our website's pop-up screen. You just saw it. I'll pull it up again a little later, and click on the link. So that is July 7th from 3:30 to 5:30, a special concert at the Paoli Presbyterian Church. Our next full moon ceremony, led by Diane Wilson, will be held Sunday evening, July 21st, from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Smethers home in Collegeville. We ask that you register on our website so that you will have the new address. And as I said, the quickest way to get details or to register for any of our events or classes, here it comes, wait for it, is to go to our pop-up screen on the home page, or you can always go to our events calendar page and click on the events that you're interested in. That's it for today. Hope you have a great week, and I'm really looking forward to today's talk, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Payson, and thank you, Reverend Mike. Now I'd like to invite one of our lovely practitioners to come up and share with you our morning inspiration, Joe Lurquin.
Thank you very much, Maxine. Good morning. My name is Joe Lurquin, and I am a professional licensed practitioner with the Greater Philadelphia Centers for Spiritual Living. Welcome to today's celebration. I would like to read the following from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Home, page 193. Today I walk in the light of God's love. Today I am guided, and my guidance is multiplied. I know exactly what I do and exactly how to do it. There is an inspiration within me that governs every act, every thought, and certainly with conviction and in peace. I know that the key that unlocks the treasure house, the key to the kingdom of God, is in my spiritual hand. This is the kingdom of God's creation and is directly experienced by me today. I relax and let a power greater than myself work for me, in me, and through me. I'll state this treatment in the first person and invite you to take it for yourself. This is what I know. I know that there is only one Spirit, one God. I know as I stand here, that Spirit, that source, that God is with me, always standing beside me, ready to help me and ready to guide me in everything that I am and everything that I do. I know this is the truth. I know that everything available to me, everything that I require and everything that I need is available to me through this one, through this Spirit. I know the good of the world is always available. It is always coming to me through God and through everything around me and everything that is. For I know this is the truth. And I'm so very grateful for this teaching, for this knowledge, for everything around me and everything that is part of who I and what I am. I know this is also the truth. And I release this treatment knowing that it is already complete, it is already done. For it is done in the infinite wisdom and the infinite being of God. I know this is the truth. And as we say together, and so it is. Now I'd like to read today's affirmation. I invite the perfect presence within me to work through me, co-creating my life and our world anew.
And we are here and we are listening. We listen deeply now to the sweet song of Spirit within us. Taking that sweet deep dive into an ever expanding faith. And in this place where our hearts continue to open, we feel the presence of love, divine love, the presence of wisdom, infinite wisdom, the flow of Spirit in, through, and as each one of us. Let's come more deeply into the heart of our hearts now, understanding that our hearts are held very tenderly in the great cosmic heart, where we can embrace us as we embrace it, relaxing into this sweet serenity, feeling a profound peace. We are thoroughly tranquil, resting in the love, abiding in the wisdom. Here there is nothing to do, only something to know, and that is that this divine presence is our very life. That the divinity within us, the Christ, the Buddha, the Atman, Jehovah, is the reality. It is our true identity, the authentic self, which does all, knows all, expresses all beauty through us, and there's nothing to do, only this sweet remembrance that God is all there is. So loving, so supportive, leading, guiding, inspiring, motivating, showing us the way. And so we give thanks for our opportunity to be dynamic co-creators with the divine, speaking our words of truth, truth on the tongue. Well, thank you for staying with us during that brief intermission. Now I would like to introduce to you our speaker for the day, who's going to conclude this month, which has been focused on We Co-Create. And his topic today is Not by My Own Hand. Please welcome Reverend Mike Gerdes.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. We are so fortunate to have Dr. Maxine. She's one of the greats in our teaching. What I wanted to share today was the realization that unto myself I can do nothing. Now, we hear that, we heard that earlier this morning in the wee wisdom, that unto myself I can do nothing. It's the Father within that does the work, which is good to know, because that means that I don't have to do it all by myself. I can be comforted in knowing that if I'm open to the divine flow within me, then there's something good happening through me. I can know that there's a power for good in the universe greater than I am, and I can use it. But here's the kicker, ready? I can use it to the degree that I allow it to use me. And sometimes we miss that. We forget that we're part of this picture, but everything's love and everything's law, but we're not just around here to push the law around. Part of it is allow the law to push us around consciously, choosing that which is for the greater expression of life and love. Now the question is, in using this power for good consciously, do we do it responsibly? Do we take responsibility for our choices? Do we take responsibility for our consequences? Do we know that the power for good that's in our lives allows us to be open to divine intelligence and divine compassion and divine love in every aspect of our lives? Do we know the life that we want to live? Have we opened our hearts to envision that life? The universe is calling forth for us to do something really special, and that's to love and live more fully. And how are we to do that? The only way we can do that is by being consciously open to that, listening to that still small voice, which sometimes seems to be a mighty roar, as to what it is that we should be doing in our lives. What should we be putting our effort into? What should we be putting our consciousness into? What should we be putting our money into? Now, we can blame circumstances and situations for the lot that we find ourselves in. I can remember back in the early 70s, some of you that were around there might remember a show called Flip Wilson. And Flip Wilson was really a good comedian. And he had this character on his program called Geraldine. And she was known for saying, "The devil made me do it." Now, so many times you might hear people saying that they're not responsible, that the devil made them do it, or a devil of some sort made them do it. We know the truth, that we're responsible for ourselves, and each individual, if they accept responsibility for themselves, it allows them to do something about it. And until we accept that personal responsibility, we're lost. If we want to consciously work with the law of mind, we have to recognize that we have a part in doing that. And that part is to make a choice. Stand by that choice and allow that choice to move us to the next step and to be aware of what is ours to do. If we allow ourselves to be moved by Spirit, if we allow ourselves to be moved into doing the next right thing, wonderful things open up for us. And we could be a part of expressing a greater world. There's a quote that came from John 14:10 that said, "Believest not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the work." God in me does the work. I just suit up and show up and open up the Spirit to allow Spirit work in me. What else can we do? The union of our mind, of my mind with God mind, is transcendence, because I'm transcending my consciousness for a universal consciousness. If we allow ourselves to transcend the consciousness we've got and accept a greater divine consciousness within us that allows us to guiding us, and we allow it to guide us and direct us, wonderful things can come forth. Question is, how can we hold on to old ideas sometimes? How can we allow old fears and concerns to keep us locked up into thinking the same old way all the time? There's an adage that says that if you keep on thinking the same old thoughts, you're going to keep on getting what you always got. But if we keep on thinking what we've always got, it's crazy. Unless you want that same old thing. And we're not open because Spirit's not going to allow us to stay in that same old thing. It's going to kick the doors wide open. Something's going to happen in our lives that's going to force us to see newly. So, we have a choice to make. Either to consciously see newly and envision the type of life that we want to live, both personally, in our families, and in the world at large, and then see where Spirit leads us from there. I came to the realization, this was some time ago, that my life is not my life. My life, or what I call my life, is actually God's life expressing by means of me. Your life is not really your life. Your life is God's life expressing by means of you. We are all that one life. And what helps one helps another, and what hurts one hurts another. So we must do our best to hold empathy for ourselves and for everyone else, to look for the best in ourselves and in everyone else, to be a word of encouragement for everyone. We're not in the ship alone. We have a lot of crew members with us. And some of us are working at it, and some of us are just passengers on the boat. But it's all okay. We all have our part to play. And let's accept whatever role that is ours to play in this thing called life. and know that life has something greater for us in store. And with that, I release this idea, this knowing, because it's not by my hand that I do these things, but by divine mind within me. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Mike, for that divine inspiration. Good words. I totally agree. But I have to pick up on something that you said. And that is, he was talking about how sometimes we cop out and say, the devil made me do it. I have a little story to tell you about that, okay? It'll only take a minute. All right, so there was this young man who just graduated from seminary. He and his young wife were sent to a small town. The pay was very, very small to begin with, and so they were very careful. They were living with fiduciary wisdom. Until one day, when the wife came home wearing a brand new dress, and her husband said, "Sweetheart, you know, we don't have the money for those things. What were you thinking?" And she said, "Well, I guess I wasn't really thinking. The dress was so pretty. I just went down to the Emporium, and there it was in the window, and I tried it on." And she said, "You know, what happened was that the devil made me do it." And he said, "But darling, you know how we've been taught that when that begins to occur, we say, 'Get thee behind me, Satan.'" And she said, "Well, darling, I did." But he said, "Ooh, it looks good from back there, too." With that, let's have an offertory. Yay for the offertory. All right. Thank you again, Reverend Mike. That was a wonderful, inspiring message, and I'm going to remember it. Let's take our gifts, whatever they may be. Most people, as you can see from the screen there, most people choose to give electronically, or so many other technical ways. I'm an old-fashioned girl. I still love to write a check here and then to put it in our offertory. It gives me an opportunity to remember, as I hold it to my heart, that every good gift comes to me and to all of us from the very heart of God. And so it's a joy for me to share my portion back to the source. So will you say with me our affirmation, our prosperity celebration affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
I
heart.
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
ruach echodoim.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
God. You are the face of God.
Wow, wasn't that fantastic? Well, my flag wavers with me. I wish you a happy 4th of July. Stay safe, everybody, and know that wherever you go, God is guiding you, directing you, and envision a greater world for everyone. And peace and love for everyone. And so it is.
And
so it is.
There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. look different is only dangerous. When we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus or Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or Heaven's Door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, yeah. One power is what we are. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power. What we are is one. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the